I know that My Hero Academia ended a while ago, and I have to admit, I have not finished the series yet. I have not. I think the last part I watched was when Deku went on his like vigilante arc, and he fought his class 1A, and that was it. I think that was the last part I left off on. So I'm either a season completely behind or 2 seasons behind. I know I got a lot to catch up on, but I thought about this today, like literally like 2 seconds ago, and damn, season 1 Deku was going through it. And I don't think anybody talks about it like that. Because half of the people that talked about My Hero Academia at that time when season 1 came out was just shipping Deku and Bakugo. I don't understand how, but we're going to get into that. So, Deku, for the people that don't know this anime, I can actually break this down for a second. This world has people that are regular humans and people with these things called quirks. Now, quirks can be either the best shit ever or like the worst thing known to mankind. So you got this hero that's named All Might. He's the #1 hero in the world, and his quirk is One for All. And what his quirk does, it gives him like insane amounts of super strength, super speed. It makes it pretty much makes him like an amazing punch kick merchant. But again, like the speed and strength are so crazy to where like he can literally bust the whole planet in half, or not a planet, but like a city in half, and run to different cities in a matter of time, like at peak performance. Maybe even higher than that, right? Or you can literally, I swear to God, you can have a quirk where your dick pisses out like needles. I'm so sick. Like the quirks, it is such a huge gamble, man. That's the only downside of quirks. You either get something really good, or you get, well, not really ass. You can definitely get something good, mid, or ass. You know what I'm saying? With my luck, nigga, I get a quirk, and my quirk would be, yeah, nigga, you have horrible luck on all gotcha games now. Every time you do a Dokkan summon, it's guaranteed not a featured unit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So with that being said, everyone in Deku's life, right, the main character, everyone in his life has a quirk, and most of the quirks are good quirks. Deku is the only one that did not have a quirk, so he's regular. So what does that mean? This man was getting bullied until damn near high school. You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. And he didn't really have any friends at the time, because he had a friend who is a secondary, like, main character, essentially. His name is Katsuki Bakugo. Bakugo got blessed with the power of nitroglycerin sweat, meaning that his sweat can be used as explosives. If you think about it, that shit is nasty, but if you see it in the show, that is such an incredible power to have. He can shoot out explosives. He can propel himself to fly. He can like literally boost his strength with like the propelling of explosions and all that shit. Like, it's so crazy, right? And him and Deku was like genuinely cool when they was little. And then once he got his quirk, this nigga just, he turned Hollywood. Like, this nigga a bitch, y'all. He don't got no powers. He don't got nothing. He don't even got a dad. Where is his dad? You know what I mean? And it was him, and it was just these two randoms, and they would crucify Deku. They was literally beating the mess out of him. They were beating the mess out of Deku. Mind you, this was Deku's day one homie. And the reason why I'm calling Deku, because that's not even his real name. His real name is Izuku Midoriya. My bad, not Kachan. That's the nickname that Deku calls Bakugo. But Bakugo calls Midoriya Deku because it means like you're useless, you're trash. But Deku stuck with the name later on, so that's why I'm calling him that, right? So that is fucking crazy. You walk around like your name is Trash Boat. No. Nah, nigga. We gotta scrap. Even though I'm gonna lose, we gotta scrap. So, you know, it's years upon years going on where Deku doesn't have any friends. He's getting bullied, and he doesn't He doesn't have no powers. He doesn't have nothing. But remember that number one hero that I mentioned before, All Might. He watches All Might religiously. You feel me? He watches All Might like how I watch The Truth. Every single time he was on break, he was watching him. He had him tuned in to the big screen. He had his outfit on. He was shaking his motherfucking head like he was at a Ken Carson concert. Like, the glazing was insane, but I respect it and I understand it because All Might to them is like, All Might to heroes is like Michael Jackson to music. You feel me? So everybody, even villains, looked up to him. You feel me? So one day, Deku goes to class. He's there with Bakugo. And all he's doing is just drawing out like, what was it? Concepts for his like hero costume if he ever got into a hero, if he ever got a hero power or something like that. Bakugo walks up and is like, what the fuck is this? Blows up the entire book. Tosses that bitch out the window. You feel me? He tosses it out. And it's just constantly talking trash to Deku. Right? And he even tells him, this is what would have blown me. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Deku, I would have came back and shot the whole school up. I'm sorry. Everybody's bullying me just because I don't got no powers. Everybody finna die. So Bakugo looks at Deku. I swear to God, right hand on the Bible. He goes, yeah, you should take a swan dive off the top of the building. Nigga, you should kill yourself now. You are a worthless bitch ass nigga. You should kill yourself now. Like, bro, damn, how you gonna pull out the whole LTG on me for not having a power? You feel me? And it's crazy. I'm gonna dive into it later. Remember this point. I said it's crazy, and I'm talking about Bakugo. So Midoriya is like damn near just in distraught. Like, he is so mad, and he can't do nothing. Respectfully, obviously, he can't do nothing. He's super duper weak compared to his classmates, especially the main one that's bullying him. You feel me? It's a hydrogen bomb, literally, versus a coughing baby. So as Deku is walking home one day, this man, he gets caught up by this literal sludge villain. Like, this nigga came out the sewers. I know he had to be smelling like piss and boo-boo dick. I would have been sick. And he had the nerve to cover my mouth with this sludge. Like, nigga, you done gave me bumps. I feel like the moment that thing would have touched me, I would have felt like I had corona. You feel me? I would have had COVID. I would have had HIV. I would have had every type of STD you can think of. Chlamydia, cancer. Like, this was a nasty nigga, man. And he got the nerve to hold on to me right underneath my titties and put his fucking hand over my mouth. And it's not even a human hand. It's all sludge. You disgusting bitch. Right? And I think, does he like start trying to like suffocate him or something like that? The sludge villain tries to like kidnap Deku. And right before like Deku's about to like pass out, All Might shows up. He shows up and saves Deku. And he's mesmerized, man. Deku is looking at him like, oh, nigga, please sign my mixtape, nigga, please sign my mixtape. I got this shit, the deluxe edition. You know what I mean? So he's super duper glazing him, and he gets an autograph from him, and he's so happy. And All Might is about to take off. You feel me? But Midoriya is like, I cannot let this opportunity slide. I have to ask him this because I'll probably never, ever, ever see dude ever again, right? So as All Might jumps away, mind you, again, his quirk allows him to just do some crazy shit. So he jumps like literally like to 30 buildings over off of one jump. And the whole time Midoriya was like hanging on him. And obviously he couldn't let go, or else he would have let go midair and died. You know, would have became a blood stain on the floor. So he lands on this building with All Might. And when he lands on the building with All Might, he asks him straight up like, hey man, is there a possibility that I can be a hero with no quirk? All Might looks at him and is like, nah, nigga, you out of luck. Nah, pack that shit up, put the fries in the bag, little bro. You know what I mean? And just completely crushes Deku's entire dream. Like, he is ready to give up. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's one thing for like haters to say it, but when your main inspiration says some shit to you, oh my God. Like, I've had my parents say something to me before with content, and that shit crushed me. So I can only imagine, like, again, Michael Jackson. Imagine walking up to Michael Jackson, you show this nigga your mixtape, and it's like, is there any chance that I could be just not as big, like, as famous as you ever, but is there a way that I can make it into the music industry? And he looks at you and goes, fuck no. Oh! Like, he just does that shit, dances, and then moonwalks away. Like, bro. The music industry is about to get bombed. I will look like Suge Knight with how much terrorism I'm about to commit. You feel me? It would be bad. And I'll probably go into like a huge state of depression because that is some crushing shit to hear, dude. So that happens. And right after that happens, Deku sees like All Might transform, and then he turns into a fucking crackhead. This nigga got a sharp jawline, like literally not a clean sharp. This nigga has a triangle. His chin went from defined to a literal triangle. Like, bro, who is this? Who is you? What did you do to the goat? This is not the goat. You are an imposter. You freaky frog. So he sees All Might transform, and he sees that he's like now in this crackhead transformation. I call it the crackhead transformation, but it's a result of like what was it, like a rib cage or like a lung injury or something, and he can't maintain his like prime form anymore. So he can only hold it for like what was it, an hour a day or something, and then he transforms back to the skinny form and like spits up blood and yada yada yada, and then he's nerfed for the rest of the day. So Deku sees this and he is like, now he's in really distraught because his goat is not even a goat like that no more. He's washed. You know what I'm saying? The theme was coming on. You light my fire, whatever that song goes. Shout out to Charlie Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Outstanding. Girl, you light me up. That shit is so hard. Yeah, so the washed anthem was playing. So now that that happens, All Might is like, okay, for one, shut up, keep this as a secret. No, you just crushed my dreams, nigga. I'm about to expose you. You going straight to Twitter. But I'm not Deku. Deku goes like, all right, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna keep this secret. And yeah, and then All Might breaks to him again, like, I'm sorry, dude. I don't see you becoming a hero because you have no quirk. And it's messed up, but it's probably the best thing that he could have heard at that point, because if you look at the villains, yeah, no quirk. A quirkless dude is not doing anything to these like big time villains with quirks. I'm sorry. That's just plain and simple. It's not happening. You feel me? So Deku is now distraught and he goes back down to the street. And as he's making his way home, he sees the sludge villain again. And this time it got that bitch ass nigga Bakugo. Oh shit. This is about to be my villain origin story. I'm about to watch this nigga die. Deku's better than me. I would have been sitting back, chugging a drink of boba, recording 4K, screaming out World Star, and just looking at Bakugo just get suffocated. I don't care. This dude wholeheartedly told me to end my life at school. Now, if I would have done it, bitch, you would have been in jail for the rest of your life, feeling all types of guilt. And I would have came back and haunted your ass and then fucked your fine ass mom as a ghost. Bakugo's mom is so bad, bro. I don't think anybody talks about her like that. She is bad. Bad. So, yeah. But Deku is such a pure-hearted kid to where he goes in and he starts trying to rescue Bakugo. He starts trying to fight this villain by himself with no other heroes. There's professional heroes around and none of them try and step in. And he does all this. And All Might gets so inspired by seeing this kid with no powers trying to do this. He transforms back into like his prime form. He forces himself to do that. He speed blitzes this sludge villain, rescues Bakugo, and then gets out of there, right? Which then results in like All Might being like, yo, my bad. What you put out there, that was such a legendary performance. I'm going to give you a strand of my hair. You got to eat my damn hair. What the fuck? I got to eat your DNA to get powers? Like, yeah. Hold on, I can get your powers off of this nigga? Oh, yeah. Nigga like me, I would have ate the whole hair. You know what I'm saying? I would have made this man look balder than Michael Jordan. That whole, bro, the entire hair piece would have been mine. If I get powers from eating your hair, nigga, as long as I don't got a lick dick, I'm good. I'll eat whatever I got to. So Deku ends up getting powers, and All Might is about to train him because, you know, the USJ, or what is it? UA tryouts are pretty much coming out, which is like this hero agency thing for top level students with amazing quirks, and or if you're like really heroic. So if you can pass these tests, you can get accepted into the school. And this is like a D1 school, pretty much. You go here, you're almost certified to be a hero or a sidekick. You're almost like essentially locked in, right? So I'm gonna pass the nitty gritty because I've been talking about the like very beginning for the longest. So Deku goes through all this, the trials and shit, and he's going through like so much stuff. The months that he had to train for this was crazy. He had to clean up this entire beach by himself, where it was hauling nothing but like cars and shit out the way. He became ripped. He did that. And when he went to the trials, he is like punching down robots and shit. And he is going crazy. You feel me? He's dodging all these things. Mind you, this is his first time actually using his quirk. And every time he's been using his quirk in season 1, every time he uses his quirk, he is breaking a bone. That sucks. Because if there was no good healers there, man, oh my God, I'd be looking like this on the fucking daily, right? So Deku is doing that, and he ends up passing the test, you know, all in all. So now, right, I'm about to wrap this video up soon because as y'all can hear, my throat hurts. I might make a part 2 to this. But Midoriya, this nigga, they have this training thing at something called the USJ, right? It's him and like 2 other heroes. It was Froppy and what was his name? Mineta, right? And mind you, this is supposed to be strictly training. The first time he does like an actual training session after being accepted into a class, fucking villains show up. Big time villains. You feel me? So his whole life gets put at risk. And it's like the first day out of jail, you immediately about to get sent back in. Like, damn, bro. I don't get no type of breaks at all? Are you serious? You feel me? And yeah, bro, the whole thing gets rated. And his ship, because he was every student in class when they got sent to a different area, and he had to be in an area where he was in a body of water. This was ass for him specifically, because obviously it's season 1. He doesn't have like a mastery of his quirk at all. You know what I'm saying? So like, even if he does like a flick, it will break his finger. Having this quirk sucks to start out with. But he deals with the villains for the most part. All Might comes in clutch. He stops this shit. And yeah, man. And I think this was also season 1 as well. But Midoriya literally almost died at this training camp. Because again, it got rated by villains. It's his first year. Out of all the years that they could have rated, they chose to raid Midoriya's year. Oh my God. What's it called? The underest of underdogs, right? And they chose to raid. And it's these big time villains. There was this villain named Muscle, who, just like his name implies, he uses like parts of his muscles, but he amplifies it, right? So it's like, y'all know basic anatomy. Underneath the skin, you see the muscles. Well, this dude could like pop out his muscles and expand it like from here to here. You feel me? And his whole body would be covered in just muscles, dude. And he looked like a monster. He looked like Bane if he got skinned. So, and Midoriya had to fight him one-on-one. He had to fight him one-on-one. And he almost died. Granted, he didn't. And he beat him, which was completely plot armor, because he said something smash, or what's it called? One for all, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%, right? I think before he was doing 10% and he was breaking his fingers, or like 2% and he was breaking his fingers. He did 1,000,000%. And he knocked out muscle with that punch. But he was so battered and bruised after that. Nigga, how did you not turn to dust? I remember Caleb City was on like RDC's Back and Forth. And this was like 7 or 8 years ago. It was like a long time ago. And he talked about this specific moment, like Midoriya should have died right there. Because he said 1,000,000%. So if 2% is making you break bones, 1,000,000%, like, bro, you shouldn't even have a skeleton after this. You feel me? But yeah, that happens. And it's just so much more bullshit that happens in season 1 specifically. And this nigga just could not catch a break. And on top of that, he had to still keep dealing with Bakugo, who was just the biggest dick rider for no reason. You feel me? I don't. He has 2 loving parents. He has 2 loving parents and is acting like a young nigga. Deku has a mom. His dad is nowhere to be found. We don't know who his dad is unless it's revealed in the final season, which again, I haven't watched. But prior to this, I just spit everywhere, my bad. We have no idea who his dad is. So dude with no dad, a guy with no dad and a mom that lives in a small ass studio apartment has better manners than a dude that lives in a big house with 2 loving parents and with a great power. Season 1 Bakugo is a bitch ass nigga. And I hate the fact that he had so many fans because he was really just a bum. You feel me? He was just a bum. But yeah, my throat is tired. Pause. Because I recorded a separate video before this because I'm going for a double upload today. And I have so much to edit and I have to go to work soon. So I love you guys and I will see you in the next video tomorrow.